Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This session is entitled Stringencies. Parak Gimel, 3rd chapter of Braishit, we see that Chava introduced the concept of Chumra. When describing the nature of the violation regarding the tree, she said, not only can we not eat from the tree, we cannot touch it as well. Of course, God said no such thing. And that led to her downfall. She touched the tree. Nothing happened then. So she went on to eat it as well. The fact is, a person takes upon himself a stringency. It must be done with tremendous Chochma and thought. Just like there's a violation of Baal Tigra, taking away from the Torah, Baal Tosef, adding to the Torah, so too, one must consider every stringency that he does. For example, he wants to follow the mission in Pirkei Avot, Pat B'melech Tochal, that the life of Torah consists of one having bread and salt and sleeping on the ground. Gets married and sets up a very, very basic apartment with hardly anything there, because that's what the Torah says. Pirkei Avot says that. Fact is, he's imposing his stringency on his wife and his kids down the line. It could be something that's not right for them. He must think that through properly and have guidance. The fact is, the Torah does give a little bit of a hint when stringencies are applicable, but even then it is limited. Elud v'im she'elam shiur. There are certain mitzvot where there's no limit. The Torah just gives us the minimal amount, and the more the better. Hapayah, tzedakah, bikurim, vayom gemilut chasadim, chesed, tamud Torah, keneg kalam. There's certain mitzvot which certainly lend themselves to stringency. A person that learns many, many hours a day and doesn't just rely on a minimal amount of learning in the morning and evening. Of course that is fantastic and wonderful. Everyone's goal should be to learn as much as possible, be a Ben Torah, Talmud Chacham. But even that must be thought through. Is he learning it at a time when his wife is waiting for him? Is he learning at a time when he takes away from his children's involvement in the children? Even that Chumra, which is such a beautiful one, Higita b'yom u'v'layla, she must be thought through. Tzedakah, he gives up to a fifth. Beautiful stringency. Is it at the expense of his family, where they're suffering, without enough food, furniture, or some luxuries that they would like to have? Every stringency must be with Chochma. Every Chumra must be accompanied with Chochma, must be thought out, and has to be with guidance. So Chumra has a role in halacha, in spirituality, as long as it is thought through properly. And it could be that's why it's introduced in the very first Parsha of the Torah, to warn us that we must have Chumras, but with Chochma. Shalom.